Since Zika is relatively new to the United States, it is reasonable to expect gaps in knowledge among the population. However, because the mosquito that carries Zika is found all across the U.S., especially in a place like Texas where recent hurricanes have increased the risk of mosquito breeding, education among the U.S. population is vital to prevent and control the virus from spreading. This education includes knowledge and awareness about the transmission, clinical symptoms, and prevention of Zika. Gaps in knowledge present a dangerous difficulty in controlling and preventing unforeseen outbreaks of the virus, such as the outbreaks in Texas. To survey the gaps in knowledge among the U.S. population, I will go over two studies that have researched this. One that surveyed the general population, which is the March of Dimes National Opinion Research Center at the University of Chicago study, and one that surveyed pregnant women in Texas, which is the University of Texas Medical Branch study. In the March of Dimes NORC study, clear gaps in knowledge are visible. Less than 6 out of 10 respondents knew Zika can be transmitted sexually, and only around half of them were aware of the signs and symptoms. Alarmingly, 85% of those surveyed said they received their Zika information from mass media outlets, although only 40% of them trusted this source, which could be a major cause in the gaps of knowledge of the population. In the University of Texas Medical Branch study, similar results are present. In this study, pregnant women living in Texas were surveyed, and half of them did not know the virus is transmitted sexually, while 80% were unaware of the signs and symptoms. This study is particularly concerning due to the presence of Zika in Texas currently. Without an educated and aware population, the risk of Zika causing harmful health effects is heightened. I will be showing two figures from the March of Dimes NORC study, this first one showing a visual of respondents' knowledge of how Zika is spread. With less than 6 out of 10 knowing it is transmitted sexually, individuals living in affected areas may be spreading the virus sexually without their knowledge, and this can cause many harmful effects to the pregnant mother as well as their baby, such as those that have been discussed previously. It is urgent that gaps in knowledge surrounding how Zika is spread are addressed in places like Texas so that the virus can be adequately prevented and controlled. This next figure displays the low perceived susceptibility of respondents. The majority of those surveyed are not worried about the disease, especially not getting it themselves. As the studies point out, most of the people get their information from media outlets, despite them not being trusted very much. This perpetuates the lack of knowledge and awareness that the population vitally needs in order to keep the Zika virus contained. Low rates of knowledge about the symptoms and how it is transmitted, combined with respondents not being worried about being affected by the virus, creates a dangerous landscape for Zika to cause damage to a population. The people of Texas have been resilient in the wake of recent hurricanes, but the gaps in knowledge must be addressed in order to protect the population.